Good morning from Shrewsbury railway station. I'm taking the train from here up to Inverness. When I looked at the prices for this journey, it was a staggering £141, and that was just for standard class. If you wanted to go first class for part of the journey, by the way, it would cost you an eye-watering £317, believe it or not. Anyway, I'm going to show you how you can do that for less than half the price of standard. So why don't you come with me for the trip? I'll be showing you the prices along the way, and I'll see you when I get there. Cheers for now. Okay, so we actually started off with the most expensive leg of the journey, Shrewsbury to Crewe on one of Transport for Wales class 175s. Now, Transport for Wales have recently removed their COVID-19 seat signs, which I think is fine. At the end of the day, the owners should be on the public to use their common sense in respect of social distancing, whether they're on the train or in any other kind of situation, in my opinion. The train was recently refurbished and very clean. There was normal and USB power throughout, which is good to see. I do like the moquette design on the seats for the new Transport for Wales refurbished interior. Here's a sneak peek of the number of paper tickets I'd had to get printed out for the entire journey, by the way.
We are now at Crewe. This train
Right, doing you alright?
Yeah. For the OX 29 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston.
A very quiet Crewe station this morning, and it's about, 25 to 9? So, yeah, when I talk about prices, I should just caveat that by saying that it's probably unlikely that you're going to be asked to show your ticket for much of the journey. So, effectively, you could probably get up there for nothing, but let me see how that goes and see if I do actually see any ticket checks on any of the trains I'm travelling on today. The next two legs of my journey were on this Avanti West Coast class 390 Pendolino. Now, of course, you can see that in order to get to Glasgow cheaply, I had to split my tickets at Preston. The train was very quiet and there was plenty of available seating. I do like the double seat with the thin table on these trains if I manage to get it. After leaving Carlisle, I decided to have a quick wander into first class, see if there was anybody about or if there was any service. Well, I didn't see anyone, so I didn't linger too much. Needless to say, it's probably not worth the money to go first class unless you want the quiet and the solitude, which you can easily get in standard class anyway at the moment. So moving back into standard class, I was already over the border into Scotland and we were making good progress. Glasgow Central, so I need to find my way onto the bus which takes you to Glasgow Queen Street, the usual sort of thing here at Glasgow. It's a bit of a pain, but I'm hoping to get there in about 20 minutes. So wish me luck, and I'll see you on the next Scotrail service this time, which will take me up to Perth. See you in a bit. Note that whilst all West Coast Mainline trains arrive into Glasgow Central, my ticket was to Glasgow Queen Street. It makes no difference to costs, as the bus between the two stations is included in the price. In fact, I'm not too sure whether you can get a train directly into Queen Street from the south, but if you can, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to find out. And the new concourse at Glasgow Queen Street was really impressive, and it's definitely worth a few minutes of your time. For the first time on this trip, in fact, I had to use one of my tickets to get through the barrier. I made my way onto the platform, hoping for a ride on this Class 43 waiting at the next platform, but unfortunately ended up on another diesel multiple unit instead. Oh well, our paths would cross again a little later on in the journey. Again, it was cheaper to buy a ticket to Stirling than a ticket from Stirling to Perth, whilst I remained on the same train throughout these two legs of the journey. Perth station, a really nice station actually, and it is absolutely deserted. There's nobody here at all. Just got off the train from Glasgow Queen Street. It's taken me under 6 hours to get up here from Shrewsbury. A few other people got off and then they've gone, and I'm now waiting for a train which will take me up to my final destination today, which is Inverness. So I've got about an hour just kicking about around here. I'm going to maybe just have a little look into the town and see what's about, and yeah, get back here about 45 minutes time. I'll see you in a little while. Cheers. Yes, there was a lot of impressive railway architecture on show at Perth station. It must have been a very busy junction in its heyday, though its importance remains, with lines reaching out to Inverness, Dundee, Edinburgh and Glasgow. Well, Perth is quite a nice place. Anybody know what those words mean behind me there? It's actually the waterworks for Perth City, and apologies to anyone who's watching who was offended by my earlier comment that I was walking into town when it's quite clearly a city. So my mistake there. But it's quite nice, the sun's out. You can have a little bit more of a wander around before my train up to Inverness. See you in a bit. This is a Bridgeford train spot on a single track line. I don't know where it's going. I have no idea where this line goes. So probably just into Perth station there, which is just down that way. Well, it's a great little bridge, this, because you can walk alongside the railway line and get to the other side of the River Tay, which in itself is a pretty impressive river. I'm going to take a few shots of that in a minute, and yeah, they start to head back, I think. Originating on the slopes of Ben Louis in the west of Scotland, the Tay flows through Perth on its way to the Firth of Tay. It's Scotland's largest river and is tidal at this point. In Class 158 was waiting for me at the station, and this would be my final leg up to Inverness. Again, I had to use one of my tickets on the barrier. The scenery was becoming more mountainous as we journeyed through the Cairngorms, through Aviemore and beyond.
Missing Aviemore.
And after Aviemore, the train runs alongside the Strathspey Railway for a while. I've never visited, but it does give me another excuse to return to this part of the world in the future. The blue sky and the autumnal colours of the land looked lovely through the carriage windows, though I expect it's even more picturesque in the winter when there's snow on the ground. And what's your favourite time to travel on the train? Please let me know in the comments below. Well, we arrived into Inverness on time, and these Class 43 seem to have been following me around all afternoon. After a few minutes on the platform, I made my way through the barrier and into the city. Okay guys, and that was Shrewsbury to Inverness for £63.50. Not too bad that. If you can do it cheaper, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the journey. I'm going to go to the Premier Inn tonight. Have a good night there, and I've got another trip lined up in the morning, so I hope you've enjoyed this one. I shall see you on another one soon. Cheers for now.